All right, what's up, guys? It's Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback of the Houston Texans and New Orleans Saints, and now I'm coaching you guys up. All right, so last night I watched Boston put a hurting on the Cavs. All right, now I want to talk to you about. I want to give you a little imagination homework for you for the next week, and just to understand how close you can be. See, I want you to see the game as if you're in the game and not a spectator. I want you to see the game. I want you to be a student of the game and not a fan of the game. See, fans and students are two different. There is different. So fans complain about players or talk trash about players, about teams. Okay, but you guys, I want you to be in the picture. See yourself in the picture. So if anything, the only thing you may do is critique, and it's always constructive because you could be in these shoes. You understand? You got to see yourself as you're the one in these shoes. Now this is basketball, and we talk football, but it's still sports, and it's competition, right? And it's going at it, it's competing. So look at I just want to make sure we got the right perspective when we watch games, when we watch pro. We don't just say, "Oh man, LeBron sucks." You know how people talk like that? Man, LeBron sucks. Yo, don't even if you're talking like that about a professional athlete at that type of level, then you're not a competitor. You're not really in the game. You're a fan. So I want all my guys who go to this channel. We're our goal is to get better. Our goal is to become elite. Our goal is not to uh talk trash about any player or any person for that matter. Because you could be again very well in those shoes. You wouldn't like what? I suck. How does LeBron suck? How do people say stupid stuff like that? So I just wanted to first talk about that. Now, I had a video the other day where I was talking about how you're not really far off from possibly going at it, where your idols become your rivals. You see this? Look at this. All right. So I want you to see that now. You may be in youth football, you may be in high school football. I want you to take some time today for about 5 minutes and imagine yourself competing with the top NFL football players or the top college football players. And you college guys can do the same thing. You're really not far off. I want you to visualize yourself competing at a high level against the greatest in the world. Okay? I want you to visualize this. I want you to see it. What would it be like to guard this guy? What would it be like to guard Landry or Beckham? What would it be like to have to tackle Adrian Peterson? I want you to feel that feeling. Like, what would it be like to be on an NFL field or to be in a collegiate field? All right, to run at a high, to run down on kickoff and have to, have your head on a swivel so you don't get knocked out. Do that because you're not that far off. And when you do that, when you feel those feelings, it helps you. It inspires you. It's like it comes from within to where it pushes you when sometimes you may not feel like taking massive action today on your dreams. So when you use your imagination, first of all, it does something in the universe. All right, it makes things happen. It helps you believe it more because you've experienced it. You've experienced it. That's the only way you can truly believe something. You have to experience it first. Well, how can you experience something that hasn't happened? You do it with your imagination. So you will visualize yourself going against these top guys. And what it does is when you do that enough, when you continuously doing that every single day, you start to believe a little bit more. So it pushes you, it lights a fire inside of you to take action today on your dreams. That's what happens. That's what happens. All right. And then you sometimes it's like being in the right place at the right time. You're like, man, it's deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. Yeah, you have. You've been visualizing it for the past 5 years. And now it's time. And then when it's time, you put all this action every single day. You lifting weights, you're doing sprints. You seeing like, okay, I'm about to go against LeBron. I'm going against LeBron. I'm going against LeBron. Or I'm going against Drew Brees. I'm guarding this guy. I'm guarding that. I'm tackling this guy. When you do that enough, It's going to compound. Your effort is going to compound. And when the time you're going to see, fast forward, then you're going to be actually doing it. All right. Imagination creates reality. Remember that. So that's your imagination work, homework for today. Pick who you want to see yourself going against, which I say, oh, go against the best in the world and visualize it. All right. Do that today and create a daily plan, a daily action plan of what you're going to do to become elite and add value to yourself and then make it happen. I created about 4 or 5 years ago, I created a little program because I was like, you know what? This is before I really even had a YouTube channel, I think. Um, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna create a guide, man. Everything I know and wish I would have done to go pro. Now, everybody's not, look, I understand, especially parents or coaches. Look, we know that the chances and the likelihood of going pro is very slim, right? So, the goal is to get guys in college and get guys placed. So I understand that. That's not for everybody. But I was like, yo, I created this how to go pro guide, right? So everything you need to know, workouts and, stuff like that, what you need to do mentally, physically, and all that stuff. And I created it, and I added it recently to my mind and body training program, so it's in there. But I figured this: if you are a professional now, meaning this, you may be in youth, high school, college, but if you start to take on the actions of a professional, man, going to college is easy. You know what I mean? If you act like one of these guys, or the NFL guys, if you're doing the things, if you're taking a daily action when it comes to becoming elite, if you're becoming a professional now, what is college football? You know, because what does a professional do? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. What does a professional do? Professionals wake up early and study. They listen in class. They take excellent notes. They ask really good questions, and then they rep it constantly. What does a professional do? They practice against other professionals. They practice against elite talent so that they can improve their skills. Iron sharpens iron, right? What does a professional do? They make sure that they have the best trainers. They invest in their training. It said LeBron James invested like millions of dollars in his training, his off-season preparation. What do? They make sure their nutrition is elite. They're eating vegetables, fruit. What do? They make sure their rest and recovery is elite. They make sure that they stay out of trouble. They make sure that they are visualizing, make sure they're getting their rest. They take care of their mind and bodies. That's what a professional does. So, I was like, well, coach, I'm not really focused on him going pro. I understand that. I understand that. But be a pro. Be a pro now. And college is going to be easy. All right. So visualize. That's your homework for today. Because it can happen. Look at this. Look at this. It can happen. And not only did they play against them, they worked them last night. They worked them. So I want to give you guys that because I got inspired. I was like, man, you're not far away from your idols becoming your rivals. Okay? Work for it. Believe it. Imagine it. Imagine, imagine, imagine. Because imagination creates reality, young fellas. All right, guys. Email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. I can and ask me for the one-on-one mastery, of course, but mind and body training program for this video where I included the how to go pro guide. Be a pro. Be a pro. Just be it. I don't care if you're 5 years old, if you're 10 years old, if you're 11. Be a pro now. Figure out what pros do and be that now. High school is gonna be easy if you're a pro. If I could go back to high school right now for what I know and what I give you guys, high school would be easy. It's the easiest thing ever. High school football is the easiest thing ever. Well, how can you say that, Mark? It's because I've been through it. I already know. I've been to college. I've been to pro. Like high school is easy. So get that mindset, visualize, and work every single day. All right. Collegefootball.io for my guys who want to get recruited. It's going to be in the description box. Make sure you get your parents to go to that. And the parents, if you're watching it, definitely go there and let's get you situated. Let's get the step-by-step program and process for self-development first. Before exposure, then exposure comes. Got discounts on camps, academic tools, for SAT, ACT, and all that good stuff. All right. So you got to be the best ever. All right. Work for it. Peace.